the holidays, food, family, festivity. It's intrinsic. It's in our DNA. This is how we get to celebrate and what we look forward to every single year. And while it might look a little bit different this year, I'll tell you what, the story of the Vasquez family and their restaurant called Miguel's Jr. is one that will warm your heart. They are a typical story of immigrants that came here from Mexico. And Mary Vasquez, one of the founders, used to cook with her mother and grandmother. And helping to prepare family meals helped her cut her teeth on the whole idea of home-style cooking. And she brought that here to the United States with her family. Soon, her burritos became the best on the block. She was known for her tamales, for her pozole. And this time of year, that is exactly what their customers line up for. In this episode, we dive into their Mexican specialties, and we're going to talk specifically about tamales and pozole, two of the staples of the holiday season in the world of Mexican food, and understand how the family and their festive flair makes the holidays come to life. Now, don't blame me if all you want after listening is a big plate full of food. Let's enjoy this one and the last episode of the year 2020. Hi, I'm Maria, otherwise known as the Fit Foodie. I'm a chef, holistic nutritionist, author, inventor, and mom. And I want to welcome you to my podcast. It's called Recipes for Your Best Life. And with every episode, I'm peeling back the onion on fitness, nutrition, health, wellness, and family. The truth is, you're the chef of your life. And for every important pillar, there's a great recipe worth sharing. So every week, we'll explore them together. Think of it as food for thought that you can really sink your teeth into. So join me, and let's squeeze the joy out of this life, because you only get one. Can I get a fork, yeah? I think we can all agree life's way too short for boring food, right? It deserves to be filled with fresh, flavorful, mouth-watering dishes that you and your family are excited to share together. And guess what? Now it's so easy to broaden your cooking skills and try out fun recipes. And here's the best part. You don't need a bunch of fancy appliances to do it. With Panasonic's Home Chef 4-in-1 multi-oven, you can, get this, heat, fry, bake, and broil your way to foodie heaven. Yep, it's a microwave, broiler, air fryer, and convection oven all wrapped up into one appliance. So smart. So whether you're trying out a new food trend or your grandma's kind of complicated recipe, or maybe a fusion dish you've been dying to try, or maybe one of my dishes from my book, this multi-oven makes your cooking experience a really enjoyable one. So start thinking of all those recipes and dishes you've been dying to try out. Now's the time, because this multi-oven makes even the most complicated recipes super simple. I love super simple. It's the 4-in-1 that inspires your inner chef to try daring new dishes with confidence. So, to receive special offers, head over to PanasonicKitchen.com and become a Panasonic Kitchen Insider. Mary and Javier, so nice to meet you both.
Likewise. So it's just good. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.
Absolutely. This time of year, it's all about food and family. And I know that, I'm sure anyway, for your family, there are a lot of very specific holiday traditions that you look forward to every year. Can you share a little bit about your family's background?
Well, my parents immigrated here in, when did you come here, Mom? I forget the dates.
The dates, July.
Then when did you move here from Mexico?
Oh, because I married my husband. And we moved, I came in November 1st. No, I got married November 1st. We got here like November 3rd.
What year?
1964.
So that's what
the year is very important.
1964.
Yeah. That's awesome.
November 3rd, 1964.
So what we've done in the restaurants is we've incorporated my mom's traditions from different parts and put them the food into what we do in our business. So, for example, tamales, which is a seasonal item this time of year. For many years, my mom, we would outsource the production of those tamales. And I said, Mom, yours are really good. Put them in the restaurant. And she gave me a dirty look, or you really want to do that because it's a lot of work. But over the years, we've always done that. For example, our flan is from my mom's recipe. So all the things that we grew up with and at home, we've eventually have made its way to our menu in our restaurants.
And that's not an uncommon thing. I think when people start a family restaurant and they want to focus in on the traditions that they loved so much while they were growing up, I mean, they want those same recipes, but then there's the time factor. What is it about the process of making tamales, for example, that makes you kind of go, well, do we really want to do this in house, or do we just want to outsource this?
Describe how you make tamales, Mom.
It's a long procedure. You have to have the dry meat, and you have to prepare the meat to your own taste. You have to make your meat separate, and it shouldn't be too cold, too hot, right temperature, because if you don't, your tamales don't, they get spoiled. And after you have your meat ready and your dough, then you start, spreading the meat and the husk and the tamal, and it's a long procedure, but it's worth it. It's very tasty.
There is nothing that excites me more around this time of year. And I'm not Mexican. My husband is half Mexican. And our whole, December is dedicated to finding the best tamales in town. So I'm excited to try yours. Can I ask just a weird question? Is it tamal or tamale? What is the correct pronunciation? Because I've heard it pronounced both ways.
Tamal is one, tamales is more than one.
Okay, you have solved the mystery. Thank you so much. Because I've heard people refer to the plural as tamal, so that is definitely not right.
No, tamal is because you can buy more than one.
Thank you for that. You set the record straight for me and all the gringos out there. So the process of making tamales, if you were to do it at home, how much time are we talking? I know there's the preparation of the meat, or if you're making them vegetarian without meat, maybe you're just doing sweet corn, for example, in Chile. Maybe you're just doing cheese. What are we talking about in terms of a time commitment from beginning to end?
In time commitment, it takes at least 3 hours if you make several flavors.
Okay.
3 hours.
So it's a commitment, and usually there's more than one person working at it, right?
Definitely. It's my whole family, they're 10.
I love it. And I can just see the picture because I'm Egyptian, and growing up, it's kind of like making stuffed grape leaves for us. It's a whole process. You have to brine the leaves, and that takes a few weeks preparation. And then you make the filling and you roll them, and the whole rolling process is very specific. So when you this recipe that you have in your family, Mary, is this something that was handed down to you over generations?
From my aunt.
Your aunt.
Yes, my aunt used to love to make tamales, and I used to watch her, and she used to give me all the hints. You have to do this. You have to dry your husk, because you don't, your dough is going to come, very watery, and it's going to lose the flavor. So that's very, very important too. When you make your tamale, the husk has to be dry.
The husk has to be dry. Are there any other secrets that you have that you can share that won't disrupt the family recipe? Like, what else do you need to make sure of?
Well, make sure that the meat is not too dry, and it has to be on the right. It's not complicated, but there's little steps.
There's steps, and the steps, the little steps make the whole big pie, so to speak, and that's important. How many tamales do you serve at Miguel Jr.'s over the course of the holidays? Do you have any idea?
So last year we sold 44,000 tamales.
Wow.
So it's funny you asked. So the tamales have been in our culture for years. We've had tamale parties. We call them tamale parties. So every year, my mom and our family get together. We make tamales as a family, and those tamales we have 3 more flavors. But I think one part that we're forgetting is to warm them up or heat them takes about an hour. So it's a process to warm them up, and you can warm them up in microwaves, but they don't taste very good. So we use steam, and that lasts about an hour to warm up a batch.
Okay,
so in our
stores, you're using steam to get them warm again, obviously, so that you don't dry them out. And I'm sure how you layer them in that's part of the process too, to make sure that you're not steaming too many at once versus not enough.
You stand them up upright. That's the little trick, upright. If you lay them down flat, they don't cook. So all those little things that we do for every year, since these are seasonal for us, every year we have to retrain our crews and our stores, because they have to remind them how to do it right and remind them that this is a process to warm tamales. And what's happened over the last couple of years is a lot of brands now have tamales on their menus that didn't have before.
Right.
So Costco, for example, or El Pollo Loco, or brands, Del Taco, all these brands that for years never had it, now they do. So the popularity of tamales has increased, and that's where we're seeing the demand for husk has been very high this year, and the price of husk have tripled in price because now there's big demand for husk all of a sudden. So now tamales have become more mainstream, like you said yourself. In your culture, you don't have them, but you like them, and it seems to be growing in popularity over the years.
So getting the raw ingredients is difficult, especially these days. And then making a great product for a price that people will, pay gladly and enjoy and maybe still be competitive in the market. What are the flavors of tamales that you offer at the restaurant? Have you ever wondered, is rinsing my produce with the water that comes out of the sink that I don't even drink enough to really clean it? Well, then you're one of the smartest people I know, because you're absolutely right. It's not enough. That's why we created the only all-natural and patented line of food wash and wipes, and it's called Eat Cleaner. It's tasteless, odorless, and lab tested, and it removes up to 99.9% of the residue that water can't, including pesticides, wax, soil, and junk that can carry bacteria that can really make you sick. Plus, we formulated it to help extend the shelf life of your fresh produce too, and that'll save you money. When your berries are lasting up to 10-12 days, that's a good thing. It helps your produce last up to 5 times longer using a natural blend of fruit acids and antioxidants. So there's no chemicals. It's just clean eating fun. And this can help save your family an average of over $500 per year. Make it easy on yourself, reduce waste, and get that fruit and veggies into your body, where it's going to do you a lot of good and not in the trash. Check us out, eatcleaner.com, or head to our Amazon store at amazon.com/eatcleaner.
Right now we have chile rojo pork is a red pork, and we have a green chili, and white cheese chili one, our non-meat version.
Yum.
And those are the 2 ones we offer, but we know, my mom makes those plus 3 more, correct?
Yes. I make chicken. I make peanut butter.
Wait, what?
Peanut butter tamales.
Peanut butter?
Peanut butter tamales. That's
no kidding. This is the first time I've ever heard of that.
They're very good, but I buy the peanuts, not the peanut butter. I buy the peanuts and cook them, and it's my mother's recipe, and I want to keep it. Hopefully, my kids, when I start doing it, they continue, because it's on her own honor.
And the sweet tamales.
And they're sweet.
No, and the sweet tamales.
So good. And the sweet tamales with corn or pineapple and raisins. Many tamales.
So the thing is, tamales have the the raising noise has grown over the years. So people are expecting